Yuck! Oh yeah. What's up, YouTube? Welcome to What's Brewing, where we talk about movies and games every Friday. If you're new to this channel, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, and stick around. Don't miss an episode. As always, I'm Destin.
I'm Martin.
And first up today is going to be movies. The last couple weeks we've done games, so today we're going to do movies. And the first topic we're going to get into is the Avengers Infinity War has moved up to April 27th instead of May 4th. They moved it up a week just to give it a little bit of more space between this, the new Star Wars film, Solo, A Star Wars Story, which comes out on May 25th. I guess that's going to make it to where they don't kind of run together and kind of take each other's money, you know. So
they don't want to cannibalize themselves.
Right. Right. If they come up too much to Star Wars, you know, who's going to go see the Star Wars movie? Who's going to see the Avengers movie? Because we know that both of these movies are going to bank.
Yeah, and some people don't have the money to go see two movies so close together. This way, you got, you know, if somebody only gets to see a movie once a month, now they can go in April to see Avengers, and go in May to see the Star Wars.
Right. Right. So yeah, I think it's a smart move, and I think that it's awesome how they did it on Twitter. I think that Robert Downey Jr. was in on it. Was like, hey, maybe we should move it to April 27th or something like that. They kind of had the audience in on it and everything. I'm not quite sure. Go to Twitter, you'll see. But
heck, any news of moving a date up instead of moving a date back is great news to me. And we hear so many delays in movies, games, everything. It's always delay.
Move back.
Yep. Yeah, it's always delayed.
Yeah.
Whereas this one is, oh hey, by the way, we're going to bring it to you sooner than we said, which is awesome.
Yep. And it's closer to my birthday on April 20th. So yeah, a lot of good movies coming out. A lot of good movies that are coming out that I'm looking forward to.
They've got this spring and summer set up. I mean, you've got now Avengers in April, the Star Wars in May, Jurassic World 2 in June. Yep. I mean, now they've got 3 months just boom, boom, boom. They're big hitters, just back to back each month.
I will be fulfilled when Halloween comes out in October. Okay, that's all I'm going to talk about Halloween. I've talked about Halloween a lot in the last few videos. But they are saying that the Solo Star Wars Story is taking place before Rogue One. So that's one thing that we know about it. Is the movie going to be good? I know that they've been having shooting errors and all that kind of stuff.
They've had a lot of issues.
Yeah.
With changing directors, writers, all kind of. Just every time you turned around, it was somebody leaving and then having to find somebody else to replace that spot.
Right. It sounds like the same stuff that they had with Rogue One. You know, they had to reshoot a whole bunch of that movie. 75% or something like that, they said. I would like to see the original cut of it, you know, just to see what they were working with. Something. But probably never will. But yeah, moving on. Just talking about what's coming out. What's coming out this week is Annihilation with, what's her name? It's slipping my mind right now. Natalie Portman.
Yeah.
I
do want to see it.
I've heard great things. I've heard amazing things about this movie.
I've heard one thing on Twitter of somebody, I think somebody from IGN, don't quote me on that, could be wrong, but said they did not like it. They thought it was garbage or something to that effect. They didn't care for it. And that's the only person I've heard a negative response about. Everything else I've looked at has been very positive and has said how well it is. And you throw movies with some sci-fi aspect in it and some aliens, I'm down. That's what I want to see.
Right. Well, yeah, I heard that the movie's great. I heard that the third act is hit or miss for a lot of people. That kind of what makes or breaks it for some people. But I'm definitely going to see it. I think it looks very intriguing, and the visuals look great. I'm down for anything that's sci-fi horror related.
Yeah, that's why she wasn't in the Thor Ragnarok thing.
I know that she's been.
You know, they made that remark in Thor Ragnarok where I guess she dumped Thor or something, but they made a remark as to why she wasn't around in Thor Ragnarok. And I'm just curious.
I don't know if that was the reason, but I know that she has mentioned recently that she's up for the 4th Thor.
It's like she'll be in one, and then she's not in another one. Then she'll be in one, and then she's
yeah.
And there's other movies with him.
She's a great actress. She's beautiful. She's talented. Everything. But yeah, and also what's coming out this week. Also, talking about Annihilation. If you miss it in theaters, if it's doesn't come to a theater near you or anything like that, I think you're able to stream it on Netflix on March 13th. I might be mistaken. I think that's the date, March 13th. So they're
Was
thinking.
that in the UK or was that in the US as well?
I saw UK and then I saw the US as well. So I don't know. I'm not quite sure.
I mean, that can be kind of cool because then why am I going to go spend $20 for me and my wife to go watch it in theaters when I can just wait 2 weeks and hit it on my Netflix?
Right.
And watch it at home
And that's
in my PJs with my $1 bag of popcorn instead of my $5 bag of
Yeah.
popcorn.
Exactly. But that's what was said because I mean they're saying that Netflix might be hurting this film, but I mean it's such a wild type of movie. I don't even know.
There's got to be some kind of deal. That company that did the movie's getting their money.
Yeah.
There's some kind of deal. Netflix, they're not just giving it to Netflix. Netflix paid money for that.
Yeah.
I mean, it's the same thing with not to bring games into it with the Game Pass.
Yeah.
People worried that Sea of Thieves might get hurt being on Game Pass, and it's like, no, Microsoft, for one, owns the company that made it, but two, they get paid for that game regardless.
Yeah.
Like, it's like, no, well, you know, so that I don't think that's going to hurt them. Netflix paid good money for them to do that.
Right.
Especially if it's a one-day only thing or something, or say, only on March 13th, or only for this 1 week, and that's not going to,
Yeah.
I don't think it's going to hurt them that bad.
Yeah. Yeah. If it does come out in the U.S. on Netflix, then I'm probably just gonna wait on there. Even though I do have Movie Pass and I do use it regularly.
Still, nice home,
but
4K TV.
Yeah. But another movie that's coming out is Death Wish this weekend, with starring Bruce Willis and directed by Eli Roth.
I really want to see that movie.
I do too.
I want to see it. I love Bruce Willis. It looks like he's back to the way he was, and you know the Die Hard movies and all that. It's like Bruce Willis back to his old self.
Yeah.
And I cannot wait to check it out.
I've seen a few reviews saying that it's pretty mediocre. It's pretty cliche with the man lost everything, a man nothing to lose, goes out and finds vengeance. We've seen this story a bunch of times with the original Death Wish. Another movie that kind of reminds me of it is Death Sentence, starring Kevin Bacon. Mm-hmm. That was kind of like a bloodier, grittier version of Death Wish.
They had came out with another one.
Man Apart.
Where no, not that one. I mean, that one was Vin Diesel, but I think it was a straight to DVD movie or something. That man, it was one guy. I think he was a firefighter or something. But his family ends up getting killed, and he wants vengeance, and he's never done any kind of criminal stuff. But it's like it shows him with a guy strapped to a chair, and he like goes to cut the dude's finger off or something. He starts throwing up.
20 rounds. Or no, was it John Cena?
Something on fire or under fire or
Man under fire, man on fire, man in the fire.
Man, it's
I don't know.
the guy that's in the guy in World War II, Call of Duty World War II.
Yeah. Josh Duhamel.
Yeah. I think it was something with him, but that kind of same premise, except
Man, I think it's called Man on Fire or something like that. I know what you're talking about. I never watched it though.
That one's not bad either. But
yeah.
I mean,
there's a lot of versions of this type of movie. But here's the thing: is that Eli Roth is directing this. He's putting his own taste and flavor on this film.
Dude, that hostile goriness into it.
Man. Yeah. He's a torture porn gore hound, and that's what you're getting out of this movie. So now this is kind of different than what we've seen from him with Hostel, with Green Inferno, Knock Knock, among others. So this is kind of different. But I heard the violence is like balls to the wall.
Fire with fire.
Fire with fire. Okay, that's the name of the film.
And actually, I think it
has
good? Bruce Willis in it.
Yeah. Was it good?
It's got a 5.7 out of 10 on user reviews on IMDb. I liked it. For what I watched it. I actually forgot Bruce Willis was even in it, to be honest with you.
Yeah. But yeah, Death Wish is supposed to be just a grittier version of the original, and you can talk bad about remakes or not, but this is bringing a new audience to it. It's supposed to be like a new age, like YouTube's supposed to play a part in the film. People like I don't really know, like he's getting popularity because of what he's doing. He's like a vigilante.
Yeah,
get popularity on YouTube.
One of the trailers or something was kind of showing somebody had like recorded them on their phone and then posted it on YouTube, and then all of a sudden it's hitting the news. There's this guy running around saving people.
Yeah. Say what you want about remakes. I'm all about remakes if they're done right. There are some that aren't good, but in this case, I really think this is giving an extra flavor on it. I haven't seen the film yet, so I can't judge it. But I really think that.
How long ago was the original Death Wish? I mean, it's been that's one movie that's been long enough, and they had kind of sequels, and I don't think it hit mainstream success. I don't
Yeah.
think it was
Well,
just
there
this
was
huge
yeah.
runaway success. And I think they did like a Death Wish 1 through 5 or something crazy.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's time to reboot that and see if that can come to modern audiences and maybe start a new franchise. Start it over again.
Yeah, and you bring in like Eli Ross and gore to it as
Yeah.
far as the violence.
Make
I
it
can see
gritty.
that working. I honestly, I'm probably going to go check it out this weekend. When I do check out my Stardust, I'll put a live reaction on it. And you don't know anything about Stardust, do you?
Nope. I
I'll
don't
tell
know
you.
what
I
it is.
have to fill them in on Stardust, but
I
yeah.
do Twitter.
Yeah.
That's Twitter and Facebook.
Okay, so yeah, that's what's out this weekend. Pick what you want to go see. Probably Black Panther is probably still going to dominate the box
What's
office.
that other one coming out? Jennifer Lawrence,
Red Sparrow. I want to
That
see
looks
this movie.
amazing.
Yeah, I heard this is her. Like, I heard that she gets freaky deaky in this film.
Wasn't she like some kind of trained Russian assassin from like younger up till now?
Yeah.
And you know what that reminds me of?
What?
Black Widow from Avengers.
That's what
That
they're
is
saying. Is this
Widow's
the Black
origin story?
Yeah, is this Black Widow the sexual exploitation version of Black Widow?
Like, I mean, when I watched that trailer and saw what was going on, I'm like, dude, that's Black Widow's origin story.
Yeah.
Like, straight up right there. So they just kind of took that philosophy and someone else ran away with it and made this side movie. See, Disney
Yeah.
should have did it first and did a
Yeah.
Black Widow version, but...
But I think this is going to be a more slower
Yes.
pace, more grounded, and it's going to have some,
Well, I think they're going to do a lot more stuff that...
erotic stuff. in it.
Marvel would not do. Disney
Yeah.
would not touch.
I heard there's a lot of scenes. There's a few scenes in the film that are really hard to watch.
And I like Jennifer Lawrence.
Yeah. Oh yeah, she's beautiful. She's very talented. I want to see that as well. And Joe Edgerton, who's in it. I mean, you got to give him props. He's a terrific actor. You all right over there?
Man, I had something stuck in my throat. Sorry about that.
All right. So yeah, I forgot all about Red Sparrow. So yeah, take what you want. But honestly, I don't see either one of these topping Black Panther this weekend.
No.
I really think it's going to still dominate.
I mean, Black Panther is good for kids, adults. It's good for all ages. It's gonna hit. It's a
Yeah.
Marvel big blockbuster Disney movie.
Yeah. But I definitely want to check out Death Wish and Red Sparrow.
I hope Death Wish does well because I would like to see a sequel.
I wanted to see Jennifer Lawrence's last film, Mother, but I've heard
I didn't want to see it at all.
I heard it's kind of artsy, but then I heard a scene in there where they're like eating a baby. Spoiler alert. Where like all the people are like eating a newborn baby or something like
There's supposed
that.
to be some
And
kind
I was like,
some symbolism of Mother Nature. and all
Jesus
this
Christ,
stuff.
Mother Nature, all this kind of stuff. You know what? Spare me from all that stuff. I'm a father. Say what you want. I don't want to see a baby get ate. And I heard they don't even hold it back. It's not like...
Well, people that I've heard that have watched it have told me, don't worry about it. Don't even want. Don't
Yeah.
just skip this one. And I don't. They never understood why all
Yeah.
of them commercials and everything said how this movie was great. It
Yeah.
was an epic masterpiece.
They did
It
something
wasn't.
different, but it wasn't a good different.
No, if it hits HBO or Stars or something, I'll catch it then. Or if it hits Netflix, I'll look into it then.
Let
but
it go
I'm not
on.
even gonna red box.
Let it be a
that.
Black Friday sale for $5. I'll buy it, maybe. But moving on from that, pick what you want to go see this weekend. I would pick Death Wish and Annihilation over. I don't know. All three of them sound pretty good. Actually,
I still haven't seen Black Panther. I want to see it.
I haven't seen it either. So, anyways, moving on. Wreck-It Ralph 2. Ralph Breaks the Internet trailer dropped this week, and basically it looks okay. It didn't really give us a whole lot. I don't really know.
The first one was good. I love the first one.
I love the first one. What the
being a
video
big-
game?
I was say being a video game nerd, having all them cameos and spots and stuff.
They
that
don't
was,
really have that in this one. This one is like they're hitting the internet and they're.
I don't like he's like going through the internet waves, hitting like YouTube, like and kind of stuff.
I
Instead of,
guess. I mean, and like he's
if they don't add the games.
the
in
only
there,
thing that was like video games was like he got into a video game of like someone eating cakes or something like that, and he was messing with like it was like a little.
Dude, if they take it to where him going to like in the Flappy Bird and some dumb shit like that, I'm gonna be pissed.
Flappy Bird.
Yeah, the first one was great. That was amazing. That was
Angry
fan
Birds.
service.
You can go into Angry Birds.
Well, at least that kind of hit consoles, but
Yeah. But yeah, I wanted to see Mario back.
Yeah.
I wanted to see Sonic. I wanted to see just give me another.
Pac-Man, the Street Fighters.
Yeah, and I didn't even see who's the guy that the other guy that gets all the recognition at the beginning that he's jealous of. The one that Fix It Felix.
Yeah.
Is that his name? Fix It Felix. I didn't even see him in the trailer unless I missed it, but it doesn't even look like his character's in it. It's just him and the girl, Sarah Silverman's character as the girl, and they're going.
Yeah, because he started off as the villain.
Yeah. I'm still going to see it, but I'm not impressed so far. I'm not impressed for a sequel. I wanted to see it in a different direction. I don't know if maybe they just didn't want to fight with the rights and all that kind of stuff and they just decide to avoid it all and go a different direction.
Yeah, they're just like, well, we did the game.
It better be badass.
Let's do a different take this way. I mean,
yeah, I love my animation movies, man, if they're done right. And Wreck-It Ralph.
I hope so, because I love the first one.
Yeah, and I'll leave the links to all the descriptions down below. I'll leave the link to the trailer and stuff if you haven't seen it yet. But next up is Kristen Wiig is in talks for a villain role playing Cheetah in Wonder Woman 2. How do you feel about that?
I think that is such a miscast right there. Like, that is not... I mean, maybe she can pull it out, but as we were talking about this before the show...
Pull it out or pull it off?
I don't see her as being the main villain. Maybe if she had been the right-hand man or the henchman, you know, the comic relief to the seriousness of the main villain, that would have been a great role for her. But for her to be the main villain, someone that's supposed to be evil and all that, I don't see her playing that role too well. She's a comedian. She's not...
Well, even like...
But hey, maybe she's trying to diversify her resume here.
Yeah, I don't think she's a bad actress. I think she's good. I can see the cat look in her face.
That's why I said more of a henchman, though,
weird.
not the main person. Like, make her the right-hand man, the comic relief one, the one that stubs their toe or trips or something. But
yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, maybe she's either going to take a serious approach to it, or maybe the film's going to have a more comedic
They
tone.
Don't know.
Yeah.
Please
What if they take it more...
The first one was pretty good.
I mean, think about Flash. The character of Flash in Justice League. It's pretty comedic.
Yeah,
they could take it in a more...
Yeah.
Maybe they're trying to change their tone to match Marvel a little bit more.
But see, that's where Marvel always had the issues with, were the villains.
Yeah.
You don't want to match them because they're not doing well in their villains.
Yeah.
Like, that's the...
I didn't even know Cheetah was a villain.
We want some big, epic villains. Like, give us some vile, some evil, some sinister. We want some big, greater-than-thou villain that they take down. And to add a comedic approach to that, to me, diminishes what a villain is.
Right. I mean, it could work. We don't know.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, she could be trying to diversify her resume. She might be taking extra classes, or she just wants to show a different side of her that she can do more than
they have
just
to see
comedy.
something in her in order to offer her or in talks to play this role.
Unless they just want to use her name to push it. Like, hey, we got her in, but she's not that big of a name to really... Yeah. Well, she's a big name, but not that big of a name to push her.
Yeah, I don't see her being a big name in a genre like this.
The girl that plays Wonder Woman will push the movie more than she would.
Yeah, I mean, because the first one was was basically their main success. So I mean, they're playing with gold right now. So they're not gonna take any risks. I don't think.
Like I said, I mean, she just might be trying to expand her wings and show people, hey, I am more than just this comedian you see me playing these movies. I can do serious roles. I want these other opportunities. Maybe she's tired of doing the comedy. She wants this other stuff.
Yep, that's very true.
At least give her a shot, you know? I mean, give her a shot. We'll see how it goes.
Yep. Next is Ash vs. Evil Dead Season 3 premiere was this past Sunday. It's every Sunday on Stars. Second episode will come out this week. If you haven't seen Ash vs. Evil Dead and what are you doing with your life?
I've never seen this.
If you are a fan of Evil Dead or Army of Darkness or anything like that, you have got to jump on it immediately. I had the first 2 seasons back here in the Steelbooks. Some of the movies,
just the humor was not a hit for me. I didn't get into
see that for some
the humor and some of that kind of stuff. I didn't get into it. It wasn't my style, so I wasn't jumping, chewing at the bit to check out this show.
Yeah, well, the TV show is it's got great budget behind it because the gore is amazing. I mean, it's so awesome. I love this show. It fills that void of us not getting another Evil Dead movie. Even though I liked the remake of Evil Dead, I loved it. It was great. It was a great remake one of the better ones.
Well, that
but it was a more serious.
Yeah, I was about to say that
horror.
took a serious horror.
And I would like to see a follow up to that.
He didn't take the comedic approach with it. He didn't cut his hand off and just start walking after him. Choking him.
Yeah, but I enjoyed both aspects. You know, even Army of Darkness, I liked it. But this Ash vs. Evil Dead Season 3, it's basically finds out, spoiler alert, that he has a daughter, and
that's almost the way
shit happens. Let's just say that.
I ain't gonna lie, that's almost the way I thought when they made the remake, the serious one we were just talking about. Yeah. I thought that's what they were going with when the main character was a girl, not a guy.
Well, even the guy, the boyfriend, was wearing the same getup he wore back in the old days. So you thought he was going to be Ash.
Yeah, but she's the one that gets, her hand cut off, grabs the chainsaw. So I thought maybe they would somehow incorporate. Maybe she is the daughter. It's been so long. Maybe she's the daughter, and she's just getting kind of like a time loop or something. Like she's somehow gotten stuck in the same situation he got stuck in. Something, but they didn't do that. They just straight up kind of rebooted it and just changed the main character to a female.
There is, and if none of y'all know, there is an extended version or unrated version of the Evil Dead remake on digital, but it's not on Blu-ray or 4K or DVD or anything like that. You can only get it on like a Vudu or maybe iTunes or something like that. I haven't seen it. I saw some scenes on YouTube. I need to purchase it because I would like to have that extended version. I hate that it's just on digital.
Yeah, you can't hold it in your hands. You can't put it up there in your collection. I mean.
Yeah, and another thing the only thing, and talking about Evil Dead the remake real quick, is they were talking about like the ending of it, like wait till the end credits and stuff like that because there's something with Ash and Bruce Campbell, and I was like, oh, okay, cool. I would have liked to see her strolling down the street with her hand cut off and she's limping and stuff, and like Ash pull up in a truck or something, be like, you need a lift, and like they look at each other or something, like they're about to team up together or something. You know, like not what we got was just him look up and then go groovy and look at the camera. It's like, what? That was the biggest like cheap cameo I ever seen in my life.
See, I forget the cameo. So, but he pulled up to like.
I wish they did do that.
Well, what did he do?
All it was a black screen after the credits rolled.
Oh,
he looks up and he goes groovy, and he looks at the audience.
That was it.
That was it.
So they didn't even tie him into the story at all.
No,
like it's just like, oh hey, look, we did this after the fact. This was just we shoehorned this in at the end.
Yeah.
Like, oh wait, we forgot while making this movie that people would have wanted a cameo.
I was like, bring that and then bring Ash. And then have them team up on the next movie. Like, that would have been epic.
It's like they got caught up in making it. They forgot, hey, people would have wanted a cameo with the original person in it. Oh, crap. Yeah. Let's throw them in the end credits. Right.
Yeah, and that's a missed opportunity, I thought. Yeah. Especially because everybody wants a sequel to that because it was one of the better remakes. Yeah. So next is Stephen King's Castle Rock. It's a Hulu series that's coming out soon. Castle Rock is basically a fictional town within the Stephen King lore. All his films and stuff. He uses even like his production companies, Castle Rock Entertainment, stuff like that.
Well, see, now all we're missing is Netflix. He had a show on Amazon, 11/22/63.
That was Hulu.
That was no, that was Amazon Prime.
You sure?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I could be mistaken.
Yeah.
I could have sworn that was Hulu.
No, 11/22/63 was that one, and then the Man on the High Castle.
Oh yeah.
Both of those are Amazon Prime ones.
Okay.
At least that's what I thought. I don't know,
but basically with Castle Rock, I can't wait for this to come out. But basically, Bill Skarsgård's going to be in it. I don't know if he's playing the character Pennywise, but they got what's her name, Sissy Spacek playing as Carrie, like an older version. They got Shawshank Redemption. They got I don't know, probably the Shining. I mean, they got so many. There was a Super Bowl trailer that was amazing. Is it going to have
like different aspects? Like sometimes it might take the horror approach, or sometimes it might take more of the other style. Like
I don't know if we're just following somebody and they're in this Castle Rock town. And all these stories intertwine with each other, and we see bits and pieces throughout the series, which I'm okay with.
Well, I think it would be cool if it was like, this week somehow he, hits the horror part, and then the next week this one might have been so intense you get a reprieve the next episode where it's like, all right, here's your calm down. It's a more softer approach, and then back to like horror.
Yeah.
But, you know, bounce it around.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. I'm a big
We don't
Stephen
really have
King
a lot of
fan.
that. It's either it's gonna be horror or it's not gonna. Like, you don't have one that jumps that divide back and forth, and that would be kind of a cool take.
Yep, definitely would be, man. But yeah, be looking out for that. Stephen King's Castle Rock on Hulu, and if you haven't seen it, what is it, 11/22/63?
Mm-hmm.
Check that out immediately because that is amazing. Also, next up, Brad Pitt was just added to Quentin Tarantino's Once Upon a Time in Hollywood film. Alongside Leonardo DiCaprio is in this film as well. It's set in 1969 Los Angeles at the height of the hippie Hollywood. Brad and Leo struggle to make it in Hollywood, and they live next door to Sharon Tate. Margot Robbie is in talks to play Sharon Tate. I cannot say how excited I am about hearing this. This is about the Charles Manson murders.
And you were totally right. Real quick, I was wrong. It says Hulu original series 11/22/63. So you were right. I just wanted to
say it one more time.
Yeah, you were right.
All right. Anyways, so yeah, this is the new film by Quentin Tarantino, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, which is about the Charles Manson murders that took place in 1969. Brad Pitt was just added to it alongside with Leonardo DiCaprio. They're talking about Margot Robbie is in talks to play Sharon Tate. And that's all we really know about.
Cool. Yeah, that'd be a cool, all-star cast.
Yeah.
With Quentin Tarantino as a director and stuff.
Oh man, I'm thinking this movie is going to have moments of being hard to watch, and I just, with a cast like this, it better be gold.
Yeah.
It's got to be gold.
And the Charles Manson backstory in general. I mean, that's you already got a great setup.
And Quentin Tarantino's spin on violence and all that. Oh man.
Although I have one of the most unpopular opinions on Quentin Tarantino as far as The Hateful Eight. I did not care for that movie. Everybody loved it, and somehow I just could not get in it. I couldn't get invested in it. I don't know when I sat down to watch it, what mind frame I was in, or what was going on at the time as to why I didn't get invested. I need to go back and watch it again and give it a shot. But at the time I watched it, whatever was going on, I just couldn't get into it like everybody else.
You gotta be a person that loves dialogue, because I loved it. I watched it probably 3 or 4 times since it came out.
See, I also didn't get into Bone Tomahawk.
Yeah, I love Bone Tomahawk. I'm a sucker for Kurt Russell. I'm not gonna lie, that guy's awesome. Ever since The Thing, John Carpenter's The Thing, but yeah, I am highly looking forward to this. This is gonna be a lot different than Hateful Eight. I do like him doing the Western thing, because that was supposed to be a Django side story, but then Samuel Jackson decided to take
twisted it.
Yeah.
Dude,
and Walton Goggins is one of my favorite actors. The sheriff that played in the movie. Man,
I'm gonna go see that. I mean, heck, me and Ashton Bowler, it's about the Charles Manson story, so we are at least going to theaters. Check that out.
Yeah, you look like Charles Manson.
Yeah, I don't have a freaking crazy ass shit color on my forehead though.
I'm just kidding, man. But yeah, be looking forward to that. World War Z 2 has been delayed and put on hold since Brad Pitt is starring in this with Quentin Tarantino. And
I don't see that ever coming out, man.
I know, man. It's like you're gonna get to the point to where it's like it's too late.
When was it been? Almost 8 years?
Yeah. Don't call it World War Z 2.
Literally, when was it that World War Z, the first one, came out? Was it like 8 years ago?
Was it 8? Was it that long ago? You sure it was?
Oh, let me fact check myself. It's been a while.
World War Z 8 years ago. Damn.
I don't know.
I'm getting
old. Don't take my word for it. I mean, I was just throwing a word out there.
Oh.
Or a date. It's been a while.
I don't know.
No, 5 years. 5 years.
That sounds.
Yeah, it says
more
2013.
Like yeah. And they're talking about David Fincher directing it, and if they do that, that's going to be awesome, because David Fincher is.
Well, I mean, this is going to run into the same territory as I don't know why I thought it was older than that, but it's going to end up running that territory of 300, or what was that other one? Dang it, it was just on the tip of my tongue. The black and white movie had Bruce Willis was in it, Josh Brolin was in it.
Oh, Sin City.
Sin City.
Yeah.
Like, both them movies waited so many years to finally come out with that sequel, and those sequels did not do that well compared to the source, the first movie, because you waited, way too long to come out
Yeah,
with it.
yeah, and unless you're a hardcore
Your
fan,
audience moved on.
yeah,
And then now you've got a new audience that wasn't old enough at the time to watch these movies that are now old enough to watch these new ones and have no idea.
yeah. I don't even think I've finished A Dame to Kill For.
I never even watched it.
I have it. What I saw, Eva Green, beautiful. Beautiful, everything she does. Even in the 300, she was also in the 300 sequel.
And I mean, I liked the 300 sequel, but I mean, you took, it didn't have that wow factor that the first one had. And you had waited so long and you just kind of regurgitated a lot of the same shit.
Honestly, I wasn't a big fan of Sin City at all. I just didn't care for it that much. I don't know why.
It had that it had that
I see why people like
graphic novel type art style, the whole black and white. Let's make it look like it is like a living comic book. Like, I mean, the way they did the shadows and the shading, like, looked comic book style.
Yeah, I mean, I get it and everything. It's just, I don't know.
I wouldn't, honestly, I love comic books, and me.
You gotta smoke the devil's lettuce to get entertainment out of it, I guess.
I love I'm a comic book nerd and stuff like that, but with that one, I'm the same way as you. I didn't get into it as much. I enjoyed it. It was alright, but it was not way up there for me.
Yeah. Speaking of this and Kurt Russell and everything, I put a question out on Killer Flicks as a group I'm with on Facebook, and I said, what two directors would you like to see team up to make a horror movie? And my pick was John Carpenter and Quentin Tarantino. Think about them doing a reimagining of another The Thing film.
No.
I think that would be amazing. With Quentin Tarantino's dialogue and writing, with John Carpenter's
like
horror.
Ross goriness.
Yeah, or something like that.
If you threw him as an executive producer or something, I mean, you kind of have the trifecta there.
Yep, I just think I think that's a home run for a lot of people, but you can't put.
Eli Roth first Quentin Tarantino for
Quentin Tarantino helped produce some of his films like Hostel and stuff like that.
So they worked together.
Yeah,
kinda.
Quentin Tarantino put his name out there to
help
promote it.
Okay.
Yeah, when the first Hostel movie came out, Quentin Tarantino's name was all over the poster and stuff like that. And it was like
Inglourious Bastards.
He starred in Inglourious Bastards.
The guy with the baseball bat.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Yeah. So yeah. So last topic. This is moving into gaming. Then you're going to take over. Is Friday the 13th? The game has an update with the perk system, adding legendary perks. Basically, you're going to be able to when you get these certain perks, you're going to be able to swim faster. When you get the boat started, you're going to be able to escape quicker with the boat. Certain Jasons will have more speed in the water than others, so you got to use your tactics very, very.
That's pretty cool. So if somebody picks the wrong Jason or something, and they're a little bit slower in water, the strategy to get away from him with that speed swimming perk is jump in the water.
Right.
He's not going to catch up to you.
Right. Yeah, some of the running. There is one perk that is you start off with a pocket knife, and when you start off with a pocket knife, if Jason grabs you, you stab, you immediately get away. So a lot of people, they took that away with I think Tommy Jarvis started off with it or something, and they say he was too powerful. So they're constantly like giving and taking with this game.
Well, with a game like that, it's a games as service, but with games like that, you do have to tweak.
Yeah.
Because people found, the meta of the game, and however they say that, the people are going to find ways around certain ways you expected it to be. So you've got to buff this item, nerf this item. It's a constant juggling act as to fixing things.
Yeah. I have so many CP points, I don't even know where to begin with. I'm going to have to just start getting more perks and see if I can get some of these perks, added to my characters. And you got to figure out who you want to add it to and stuff like that. So, great game. Give Friday the 13th the game another try if it wasn't your cup of tea when it first came out, because their updates are amazing, and it's a game that should be loved by all horror fans. So, show it some love. Martin? What's in the gaming industry?
Alright, well, there ain't really a whole lot of topics here. I just grabbed some few things out that I've seen in the news this week. There was one game that I've always been interested in, especially since it's been so long since a Smash Brothers game has came out, and it was a game called Brawlhalla. It's only on PlayStation 4 and PC. My PC sucks, I don't have PlayStation 4. Well, that developer of Brawlhalla, which is a game that's like Smash Brothers, it's a cool looking game. Blue Mammoth Games was the people who developed that game. They were bought out by Ubisoft. So maybe now with Ubisoft in control of Blue Mammoth Games, it'd be nice for Ubisoft to push that Brawlhalla to other consoles.
Okay.
If now, since they're in control of that company, maybe they can actually try to get it pushed to other consoles. And I know Ubisoft with their, Mario plus Rabbids deal with Nintendo, and they're starting to build this strong relationship between Ubisoft and Nintendo. That'd be a perfect place for that game to live. Those indie games, like, to me, any indie game I'm going to play is going to be on the Switch. That's where I believe the home for indie games is. That's what, just being portable, something about it. A game I would not have given a shot on Xbox One, I would have given a shot on the Switch, because it's just it's a pick up and play device.
Right.
If I'm going to put on my Xbox on my 4K TV, I want a 4K game.
Right.
I'll give it a better shot on the Switch.
Yeah.
And there's plenty of games I found that I would not have given a try, even tried it out, that I found out I've loved on the Switch.
I find myself on the Xbox always playing multiplayer games. It's like
that's
whatever's hot right now, that's what I'm playing. I do play campaigns and stuff like that, but I feel like with the Switch on the go and stuff like that, I feel like you get interrupted on the go. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's easier to hit pause on a campaign than it is. You can't hit pause on a multiplayer.
Or have a game where you only got something where you're doing 10 to 15 minutes, like Mario plus Rabbids. You do one of those turn-based battles. It's like playing chess, but each battle lasts maybe 10 minutes. So you can play one battle in between. Say I got a 10-minute break at work, 15-minute break at work. Play a quick battle, pause it, save it, whatever. Turn the console off, and boom.
Yeah.
Whereas some of these multiplayer games might take a 30-minute match. Fortnite, PUBG.
Yep.
But my addiction right now is still when I'm not playing my Switch, because I am playing that a lot more now. Now that I have it, it's hard for me to put it down and go back to Xbox. But when I go back to Xbox, all I'm still playing is Monster Hunter.
Yeah.
I want to play something else in my mind. I'm like, I'm gonna get on. I'm gonna play Rainbow Six, or I'm gonna play Fortnite, or I'm gonna try this game out. And instinct just boom, Monster Hunter, and I start playing. Which brings me to my next topic. They're coming out with a Wiggler helm in Monster Hunter World this week. It's a limited time event. You've got to finish these bounties, and you get it. My personal opinion, it looks stupid as fuck. You've got a freaking there's like these little worm things that you
Gay
can
as a
catch.
bag of dicks.
Yeah. It pretty
no
much,
homo.
It looks like a dick coming out of your head. Like it is.
Really?
It's a mask you put on your head, and there's these worms that you can catch in the out in the environment that you can put in your room as like decoration.
Yeah.
And they're called a Wiggler worm, and they literally have little wrinkles and stuff on their skin. It looks like it's a very phallic symbol, but it pretty much goes right here, and your character's neck is now about this long, and the Wiggler head is up here, just kind of bouncing around like a dickhead. Like it is very. It looks like you
look like a
have
penis with a hat on.
It makes you look like you put some, big ass porn star's dick on your head, and now you're walking around with a giraffe neck of a dick. It does not look cool at all. I don't know why they thought that was neat. Like,
damn.
PlayStation people got Aloy and all that from Horizon Zero Dawn. They got Street Fighter crap. Us on Xbox didn't get anything, and now you do bring some kind of limited time event, and you give us a dickhead to put on.
Yeah.
Like I don't understand it, but hey, if you like it, cool, it
To each his own.
Yeah. But anyway, on to our next topic. PlayStation has now announced that PS3 and Vita games that you get each month with their PlayStation Plus membership is going to end starting next year, March 8th, 2019. They will continue to give you a free PlayStation 3 and Vita game from now until that date. But once that date hits, they are doing away with that, and I'm guessing maybe they'll start integrating free PSVR games. I think they've kind of already started doing that, but maybe they'll hike into that more, or do kind of like an extra PS4 game or something.
Yeah.
Since you're cutting out two consoles, which are old consoles, but you still got the diehard fan base with the Vita that people just aren't going to let that die, or try their best not to. And some people just haven't been able to afford a PS4 or whatever instead of a PS3.
I hate that I never picked up a PS Vita.
Yeah,
I
but
wish I did.
I did at the time, but then I got the Switch, and then it's like, well, there's my Vita,
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, so many great games. I mean, what do we have coming out this month? Sea of Thieves for Xbox.
Oh yes.
And we got Far Cry Far Cry 5 on all consoles,
Yep.
right?
And then you got, which is actually going to one of my other ones is Kirby All-Star, Kirby Star Allies is out on Switch this month too. So you got a nice, Nintendo
Is that a remake
property.
or a new?
No, it's a new one.
It's a new one?
And it's up to 4-player co-op. You can play single player or you can play up to 4 players cooperatively side-scroller.
Huh.
I mean, it looks cool. My wife loves Kirby. She's a big Kirby fan, so I know that's going to be a game she's definitely going to want. But it's nice to see, even after Mario and Zelda and all these, they're pumping out now Kirby, and then in May we get the remake of the Donkey Kong Tropical Freeze. Like, they're bringing all
From
their...
the Wii?
Wii U Tropical Freeze one.
It's a remaster?
Yeah, they're remastering it and bringing it to the Switch in May.
Cool.
So...
Because I bought it, but I didn't play much of it. I want a remaster of the originals.
Yeah, the
that's what
Super
I want.
Nintendo ones.
Yeah, that's what I want. Give me a remaster of the
Donkey Kong
originals.
Countries.
Yeah,
I love
man.
those games, man.
Yeah, give me a remake of the Super Mario 3.
Do it with today's graphics, like from the ground up, but leave the level design and everything the same. Just give us updated graphics.
Right.
That
With
would be awesome.
that should be an add-on with the new one.
Well, while we're in the, in the talk about that, we both just noticed that they've released Turok 1 and 2.
Yep.
On Xbox One.
Yep.
Which was an old 64 game. And when I read the description, it said, "Oh, built on this new engine and this and that." You look at them graphics, no, they still look like garbage. Like they look like they were 3 consoles back. Like
they gotta sell it.
Yeah, like you might have had to use a new engine because the one that it was built on doesn't exist, but it still looks like what we remember 64 graphics to look like.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I'm sure if you went back to the original, it would look worse than what's on the Xbox One.
Yeah.
But through our memory, our mind's eye, it looks like what I remember it looking on 64. It does not hold up well, and you want me to pay $20 a piece.
Man, just give us a new Turok game.
Yeah.
And a new...
or if you're going to do the first one, but do it from, like we just said, from the ground up. Rebuild it. Start it with new stuff. Brand new graphics, 4K, 1080p, whatever. But don't just throw a little polish on the old one and say, okay, no, you just made it not as blurry as it was before. But
we need a new Turok and a new Dino Crisis.
Yes. I love Dino Crisis.
I would love to see another Dino Crisis.
It was Resident Evil with dinosaurs.
Jurassic Park's so big.
Yeah.
Jurassic World's back. Come on. Dino Crisis. Get on that shit.
Yeah, the first Dino Crisis, it was Resident Evil with dinosaurs instead of zombies.
Yeah.
Same controls and everything, dude.
Yeah. I'll probably look at it now and be like, oh, this is fucking horrible.
Yeah, it's probably unplayable now.
Yeah.
But then on my next one, I've got Yeah. Well, I mean, back then, that's the way the controls were, and that's what was acceptable. But we've played so many iterations above that to where now you go back to them old controls and old style, and you're like, what the hell is wrong with this?
Dude, I think between the both of us, between the games we have, we're good for the apocalypse.
Yeah.
If something goes down, we got enough games to keep us busy.
If me and you were on a boating trip and we got stranded on an island and we had our consoles and were able to have electricity somehow, we would be fine.
Yeah.
We have enough games to where we probably would still not beat every one of them.
Yeah.
Well, no, if we were stranded on an island, we'd probably eat through them things quick. But
Yeah, but still.
Yeah. But back to my next one, we got Metal Gear Survive. It has released, it's already been out. It's not getting great reviews. But the devs have hidden a quote-unquote sucker punch, as I want to say, to Konami. The people, either somebody or a group of people that made Metal Gear Survive, in this area where you're making your character and making your name, there's these different codes and the other people on the list that spell out these things, kind of taking shots at Konami. So I don't know if these people are going to end up losing their job when Konami finds out who did it. And I can't tell you the specifics because I've read it, but it was kind of like you got to take the first letter of each person's name and then the first letter of each person's last name, and then it kind of spells out stuff.
Really?
Yeah, and it has a kind of a in memory of Hideo Kojima type thing in there, and then there's like one you spell it out right, and the new people that are over Konami or whatever kind of talks trash about them and just different things that if somebody had to really have sat there on a pause screen for fucking ever with a freaking dry erase marker on their TV, like, oh, let me circle this to figure this shit out.
Yeah.
Because you wouldn't have just noticed it scrolling through.
Yeah.
Or the person who did it leaked it to a friend who sent it down the grapevine.
Yep.
But I thought that was kind of cool that even the people working on this game know the company they're working for sucks. And they were in the wrong.
What was the save character thing? You got to pay extra to...
You can only start out with one save file. Sorry.
No,
It sounds strange, yeah, but you can only start out with one character save file. If you want an additional character save file, it was 1,000 credits in game. Which, in order to get 1,000 credits, you have to buy a bundle, and I think it's like 12 or 1,500 is in the bundle, but it's $10.
Damn.
So they only give you one character. If you want another one, you got to pay $10, and then you have this little bit of extra currency, I guess, left over to buy you a hat or something. I don't know, but it's stupid that if I had a character playing with you, but then I was playing with these other friends, maybe I'd want a second character with them, so we'd all be the same level.
Yeah.
So I don't see why paying that amount. I don't get it. But anyway, that I'm not going to even try that.
I know we both considered on buying it, and I'm so glad we didn't.
Yeah, me too.
Because we almost bought it probably before it even came out,
Yeah.
and I was like, you know what, we might as well get this. But hopefully it's a free game 1 month.
Yeah, better be.
Yeah.
Because it's not even, to me, not even worth the $40.
Yeah, bring it. It's going to have to go on a big sale for people to actually buy it.
Kind of like the Agents of Mayhem. I mean, it dropped down to $12.50.
I played the first. I mean, I see where they're going with it. It's fun. I think it's a little too lighthearted. I mean, it's okay. It's a fun little shooter. It
ain't gonna win no.
It's gonna be one of those games that I have to play. That maybe it would be good on the Switch. Something like that on the Switch,
Which, speaking about the Switch, there was this rumor about Diablo 3 possibly coming to Switch. Something about on Twitter, Blizzard had put this little 6-second clip of a Diablo nightlight switching on and off.
Huh.
So people were reading into that, thinking, "Oh, it's flipping a switch on and off. It's coming to the Switch." And people were reading too much into it, where they came out and said they're not clever enough to have thought about that being something to say they're releasing it on the Switch. They said they have no new announcements for the game or nothing.
Damn.
So they kind of shot that down and said, "Man, y'all are reading too much into it. We just put this
That
on
would
our
be a
Twitter
good
for
game on the
fans."
Switch,
yes,
though.
it'd be perfect on the Switch.
Perfect.
Yeah. Because, I mean, I bought it on 360. First, I bought it on the PC when it came out.
Yeah.
Then I bought it on 360. Then I bought it on Xbox One. Then I traded it in on Xbox One. Then I bought it again on Xbox One. If it came out on the Switch, I'd probably buy it again. I've bought that game 6 times probably total.
I have it upstairs. I let my kids play it now.
I mean, it's fun.
I play it with
It's
them.
just a fun game, co-op game to play.
Yeah. I mean, it's just kind of like it's like a chill game. It's like a laid-back game you just have fun with. I mean, there's so many games. We're oversaturated with games now, so you have to pick and choose what game you want. Like between PUBG and Fortnite. It's like, I got both of them, but honestly...
If you pick one, you're neglecting something else.
Right.
So you've got to pick what you think, what you want to invest your time in compared to all these other games. So. Yeah.
And I'm not even about to go on that PUBG and Fortnite. But if you ask what side I'm on, Fortnite. On console, at least.
Yeah, it runs super smooth on console.
Yeah. And
we got Detroit Become Human coming out to PS4. The date was announced. It was in May. I actually thought I wrote the date down here on my thing, and I'm unprepared, and I didn't write it down. But I believe it was May 28th or 27th. I will check real quick.
What kind of iPhone is that?
iPhone X.
Sounds like a porno.
Yeah. Which iPhone did release that this year they're coming out with a bigger version like this, the whole screen to screen. It's going to be, what they say, 6.5 inch screen. Mine's a 5.7 inch screen. So it's going to be the biggest phone they've ever released, biggest screen. Then they're coming out with a new update of this, obviously, the end of this year. And they also are releasing a budget version where it's still the end-to-end screen, but they're taking some of the extra features, like probably downgrading the camera to something not as great, but they're making a budget version.
Oh, okay.
It is...
I'm going back to Galaxy after this. As long as it doesn't blow up on me like that Note 7 that I have. Yeah. Mine didn't blow up, but other people's did. I love the phone.
May 25th is the release date. Took me forever to find that. And then just pop. Google hasn't even posted it yet. Google's release date was literally just at 2018. I had to go through several links to find it, so it hasn't even updated on Google yet. as the release date, but the release date is May 25th, which, I mean, hell, that's kind of a... I like those kind of moves where, I mean, they did say 2018. Some people were possibly thinking that's one of the games that would have got pushed. And then they come out in March. Nope, here's the definite release date. Boom, you got 3 months. Like,
Detroit's coming out May 20...
Yeah, May 25th, 2018. Like, in 3 months, Detroit Become Human comes out on PS4. They just released, they just said it a few days ago, and just boom.
May's 2 months from now.
March, March to April, April to May.
Yeah, it's March now.
But March, April, May. So, I mean, it is pretty much 3 months. I mean, because it would be March 25th, April 25th, April 25th, and May 25th would be 2 months.
I like stuff like that. I hate waiting a year or a year and a half,
yeah,
2 years.
Yeah, tell me.
By that time, my
3.
hype is gone down for the game, and it's kind of like, all right, well, let's check this out now.
Yeah, or they tell you, like you said, 3 years in advance, so you start building up. Oh, are they gonna have this? Are they gonna have that? And you get your hype built so much up here. Then the game comes out, and you've had all this time to think. Oh, well, they've taken all this extra time. They're gonna add all this stuff, and then you play the game and stuff you wanted wasn't in there, and you're.
Honestly, I wish E3 when they have E3 that they announce stuff and they would like surprise us with, nope, this is coming out this fall. Nope, this is coming out this fall. Nope. And then maybe
this is out right now.
Yeah.
At the end of this conference.
Like they
as soon
did
as we get done, it's out.
Cloverfield Paradox after the Super Bowl. Nope, it's available right after the Super Bowl.
Well, I know, like, there's been a couple surprise things like that on E3. I mean, nothing big, but I know, like, oh, heck, on one of the E3s when they were announcing the Tekken game.
Yeah. The
new Tekken game. They released. Oh, and by the way, if you're on Xbox One, I think they did on PS4, but they're, like, starting right now. You can go get Tekken Tag Tournament backwards compatible free, or whatever.
Damn.
Yeah, it was on Xbox. Like, I watched it on E3, and immediately, as soon as I got home, I got on, and boom, the game was free. Like, I like those announcements. And so, oh, by the way, it's ready now. It's available now. Like, they tell you it's coming out.
I really enjoyed the Tekken games better in the arcade. I remember my first job was CC's Pizza, and they had Tekken in the arcade. And me and my boss would be in there, and we'd just be going to town playing Tekken.
So I always loved.
Well, we should be
Calibur.
cooking pizza.
Yeah. I between them, I like Soul Calibur. Really. Then we've got Outlast 1 with the DLC. Whistleblower was we were just talking about surprise releases. Had a surprise release on the Switch. They just out of nowhere, boom! It's on the Switch and it's available right now. And then they did give us a date for Outlast 2. Will be on the Switch March 29th. So at the end of this month.
Okay, that was my question. Was because I haven't even played Outlast 2, but Outlast and then the Outlast Whistleblower, loved them. I mean, must play games if you're a horror fan. Great.
Yeah, but they've got both the Outlast 1 with DLC. Just they released it out of nowhere on the Switch. It's $19.99 if you want to pick it up on the Switch, and then they did say, oh, and by the way, this is for us to announce Outlast 2 will be available March 29th.
You have to play Outlast with headphones. You have to. And in the dark.
Well, just think on the Switch. You're so much closer to the screen.
Dude.
If you had it portable in the dark with headphones and you're right up on that screen compared to 10 feet away from your TV.
Dude. I gotta man, I might buy Outlast 2 after this because I keep forgetting about buying it.
Yeah.
It's like, all this other stuff's came out. It's like one of those games. It's like when I play it, I want to play it straight through. I don't want to take any breaks.
Yeah.
It's like I want to play it until its end.
And it's hard for us to do.
Yeah.
I mean, with jobs, kids,
and I gotta play it at night. I work overnight, so I don't ever have time to play games at night. So.
And then just a couple more quick things. We got Rainbow Six Siege they said removing, but it's removing renown costs. So they're lowering the renown cost of certain operators and stuff. To make it to where it doesn't take as long. There's not that huge time curve to get new characters. They said it's supposed to be, they're doing it so it's more accessible to new players. Because it takes so long and so much renown to get a character to where what you gotta play, like, what they say, sometimes you gotta play up to like 40 to 60 hours on like one person.
Well, no, it's like 25,000 renown to unlock
but you only get a couple hundred a match, right?
Yeah, I mean, you gotta play a lot of games.
So I thought, don't quote me on this, like I said, I've been a couple quotes wrong here lately about some stuff, but I believe I saw something where it was like a ridiculous amount of hours just to get one person. It wasn't as bad as the Battlefront 2 situation.
Yeah.
But it was still kind of a high time sink you gotta do to get the one character, and then you don't even know if you're gonna if you're a new player, you don't know if you're gonna like that character. You're like, oh, they look cool, it sounds cool, and then you may not even care.
There was a couple of new characters. I was like, oh, I'll never play with these guys again.
tried them out.
But I tried them out. But I love Rainbow Six Siege. I just wish that they would maybe give us a match or two to be able to try them out before we actually get to play with them.
What is it
at
next
all times.
week? Next week is Outbreak, right?
Outbreak is coming out, dude. I think I gotta get season 3. I gotta get season 3. I love Rainbow Six Siege, man. That's probably one of my favorite games in the last couple of years. I absolutely love it. It's a suspense shooter. That's all I gotta say. And now they're bringing it's like Left 4 Dead. Left 4 Dead Outbreak.
I do like it better than I do. Honestly, I've gotten burnt out on Call of Duty. The new one is fun.
Yeah.
War 2 is a blast. But
Which I got the new DLC. It just came out yesterday.
But it's still the same kind of tried and true formula. And I've just after 10 years of playing the game, I've gotten burnt out on it. It's just sometimes it's like a chore to get me back in. Like I have to have friends. Oh man, just play with me, man. And then I get in, then I have fun.
Yeah.
But if I'm by myself, I don't want to play Call of Duty. I've done played it. I want to play something else. And Rainbow Six was one of those games that was different enough.
Yeah.
Still that first-person shooter style. Still got you into it, but just the gameplay, the boarding up the houses, the closer, tight quarters,
It's the way the map is laid out because you're corner, downstairs. I mean,
verticality. You got 3-4 story houses and shit.
There's so many maps on there that I don't even know the layout yet, and I've played them numerous times, and I'm just like, man, it's like a puzzle. Mm-hmm. It's like a maze. Yeah. And just check it out, especially when this Outbreak comes out. If you're looking for a more monster shooter, zombie shooter, alien shooter type thing.
It looks amazing. I can't wait.
It's Left 4 Dead, basically Rainbow Six style.
Yeah. And then we've got Shenmue 3. They have announced with the new Shenmue 3 coming out that apparently it is going to have an open ending, so they can leave it open for a sequel after this one. I guess they are banking on it doing well. You had that dedicated, hardcore fan base from the original Shenmue games. I played the one on Dreamcast, Shenmue 1, and I liked it when I played it, but it kind of drew itself out. It was long, drawn out. There was a lot of boring areas in it. I never finished it. I just kind of lost interest in the game after a while. But for what it was trying at the time, it was cool. I did like it. Like I said, I purchased it on the Dreamcast. But they, due to fans just shouting for it, they had, said they were going to remake or make it. And they have now said, like I said, open ending for another sequel, hoping, I guess, that they think it's going to do super well. Yeah. But I'm wondering if it's that small group of people that were shouting for it. Is the greater audience going to buy into this? I don't think so.
Yeah, Shenmue.
I
don't know anything about it.
I don't know.
I've seen a trailer on it, and I wasn't interested.
I just think it's this small, vocal group of people that have been shouting for it and just telling, hey, friend, y'all, telling their friends, hey, y'all, just send them a message too, and just talking other people into it. That I don't know. My personal view is I don't think it's going to do that well.
Yeah.
I mean, and this could just be Sony's goodwill to the fan base that wanted it. Be like, hey, listen, you asked for it, we're giving it to you. Don't worry about it. We got you.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
But next on topic, like I said, I'm not a big Shenmue. I played the first one. But next on topic it is now Division's 2nd anniversary. And I can't believe it's already been out, 2 years. I actually hopped in a couple months ago and started playing it almost every day again for a couple weeks. And they
2 years?
Yeah.
It's been out that long?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
And I mean, when I played it, things sticking out, but whenever I played it a couple months ago, I couldn't stop. It was a different experience. It was a lot better, a lot more fun. I mean, the Underground, they have kind of fixed some of the issues they had when it first released. And I had the season pass. When I hopped in, everything was there. But the Underground, I could not stop playing it when I jumped back into it. It was so much fun. And then they got these new, horde mode, wave-based style stuff that they have added where it's just wave after wave after wave, or almost more like Call of Duty Zombies, because as you're killing people, you get these points, you pick up these points off the ground as you're killing the enemies, and there's doors that you can open that cost money, that open up the area to a new area, just like in Call of Duty Zombies. Oh. You go to this ammo box and you can spend money to get more ammo, or spend money to get a better weapon, or spend money to heal yourself and your team.
Yeah.
It is straight up their third-person
Is it
version
4K
of their
enhanced?
stuff. That I am not sure of.
1X enhanced?
That I am not sure of. But they've also said they've also hit 20 million players, 20 million registered players on Division. We've got from March 1st to March 29th, there will be a global event, one global event each week for the whole community to compete in and then get exclusive in-game rewards like, costumes, outfits, stuff like that. But exclusive stuff during this whole celebration for the anniversary. And then it says, a little side thing was, it said tune into their official Division Twitch channel for at least a half an hour and you will unlock in-game content. It said have your Ubisoft and Twitch accounts linked, and then you can just turn on the Twitch app or whatever and turn on the official Division channel and just watch it. I mean, heck, you can turn on your phone and then just set your phone down for half an hour, but it'll automatically, once you hit that half-hour mark, you unlock in-game content. So I thought that was pretty neat. I thought I'd shout that out there for anybody that plays Division. You can, just turn it on your phone, and once you hit that half-hour mark, you some free stuff in-game. Yeah, so that's pretty cool. Now we got Battlefield 2018, as it has been called, is now leaked to be called Battlefield 5 or Battlefield V. Not sure if it's a Roman numeral 5 or if it's a V. And it's also said to be set during World War II.
Why would they go from World War I? And if it is World War II, why would they go to Battlefield 5?
See that? Well,
is there two different companies that make it? Like Treyarch and Infinity Ward and all that with Call of Duty?
No, I don't think. No, it's just, I think it's DICE.
Okay.
But, the only thing I can think of is because you had Battlefield 4 was the last one.
Yeah.
That had a number. Well, you had Battlefield 1 because of World War 1, so maybe it was Battlefield 4, then they hit Battlefield 1 for World War 1, maybe now they're going back to 5.
That's what, but it's World War II, so why not just call it Battlefield?
Yeah, so it's not even the Modern Warfare ones like the other ones, so I don't
just
know.
call it Battlefield World War II. I mean, I know it'd be close to Call of Duty World War II.
Yeah, see, that they don't want to do that. Maybe that was their...
Maybe they're trying to avoid that name.
Maybe that was their original plan. That's all I can think of. Was their original plan was probably going to be Battlefield 1, Battlefield 2, or something, and have the World War 1, World War 2. But then Call of Duty was like, wham, we got Call of Duty World War 2, and they're like, oh fuck, you just screwed us up.
Yeah.
Because that's the only thing I can think of is maybe why they're jumping from 1 to 2 so quick was they were just going to do like a World War 1 and World War 2, and maybe each sequential one coming out was going to jump from World War 1 up in time. So maybe the next one would be, Vietnam War, Korean War, or something, and just hop up into the times.
Yeah.
But either way it goes, I didn't get a whole lot into Battlefield 1.
I'd like to see a Pearl Harbor setting.
Yeah, I didn't get into Battlefield 1 too much. I played some when it first came out, and I had some fun with it, but I've never been one to really get into Battlefield.
I like Battlefield 1. I actually got into that. That was probably the main Battlefield game that I really got into. Which I like Battlefield Hardline, but because they had that, what is it, the 5-on-5, what is it,
the VIP one.
The bank robbery one, that where you have to get the hostage. The heist? No, the hostage.
Oh, I don't know what it's called.
Yeah, it's basically what you do on Rainbow Six.
Yeah.
But Rainbow Six fucking blew that out the water.
Yeah. I've just always been, when it came to Battlefield and Call of Duties, I was always one that geared more towards Call of Duty than Battlefield.
Yeah, and I was too.
When I hop into Battlefield, I just don't like their server system setup. I don't like their menu setup, their party setup. It's not, to me, not very user-friendly with all these different servers. And you can't just be in a party, or it takes freaking forever to get actually your friends together in a lobby, and it's very counterintuitive. I'm not a big fan of it. It takes, to me, way too many bullets to kill somebody. Yeah. I like hardcore mode Call of Duty, but
World War I was a lot of fun to me. I mean, it especially with some headphones on, man, you really feel
it's
like
a gorgeous game. I mean, it's one of the most beautiful shooters.
Yeah.
I mean, they do great graphic work. It's just, to me, some of the other stuff could be tweaked. Just make my bullets do more damage. I do want to start off with a little bit of apologies. I was looking down for a little bit, but I had some whisker that was bothering the shit out of me, and I was trying my hardest, and I could see it, and I can't stand to see hair in my peripheral vision, so I was trying to yank
whisker?
it out.
You got a bunch of whiskers.
Yeah, I know, but one was shooting up instead of going down with the rest of them.
Oh,
so
okay.
I guess one whisker had a boner, and it just decided to stick up. So, but next topic was Plants vs. Zombies Garden Warfare 3 has presumably got leaked by Amazon. There was an Amazon listing for this comic book that they were coming out Plants vs. Zombies Garden Warfare Volume 2 or something, and in the description it had stated that it was dealing with stuff going on between Garden Warfare, the video games Garden Warfare 2 and Garden Warfare 3. So that leads people to believe there's going to be a third one coming out, and I think that posting has since been removed, but it did, quite a few people saw it before they removed it, and then of course now it's on the internet. Games leaked by Amazon again. But, I mean, I played the first Garden Warfare. It was fun. It's a great alternative for people that don't want their younger kids to play Call of Duty's Battlefields. If they don't want something too graphic, these Garden Warfare games with Plants vs. Zombies are a great alternative.
Fortnite's alright too, I think.
Yeah.
I mean, it is shooting, but there's no blood.
Yeah, but still with guns and stuff. Something nowadays with all the crap going on. People don't even they shudder at the fact that it could be a squirt gun and somebody's gonna freak out. So with Garden Warfare, I believe they do have some kind of squirt gun looking
That was
stuff.
my name in college.
But another good alternative is Splatoon. The Splatoon 2 game on Switch. I've been actually thinking about getting that recently. It looks like a fun game to play. It's in the same vein as this Garden Warfare game. Then we've also got that per a Wall Street Journal source has said that Nintendo is not looking into making new iterations of the Switch hardware per se, like a different version of the Switch, like maybe a mobile-only version or a TV-only version, that they're looking into more peripherals that you could hook up to your Switch.
Okay.
So they, they're already got the Labo coming out in April. Of your birthday, April 20th. The Nintendo Labo is coming out.
Something's always overshadowing my birthday.
But the source did state that their focus is on more peripherals to plug into the Switch. So there's probably gonna be some more gimmicky things. How Nintendo does with the motion stuff and everything. There's probably gonna be some gimmicky stuff, or I don't know if they're gonna do another Wii fitness board again for the Switch, like some kind of crap like that. But they did say more peripherals.
Yeah.
So I don't know. And then we've also got. I'll hit this one real quick because neither one of us are Overwatch fans, but Overwatch is adding a new character called Bridget. She looks alright, got some suit of armor, a hammer. I tried Overwatch, just couldn't get into it. But I know it's got a huge following with the Overwatch League, and just a shitload of players. It's got Blizzard backing it, so it's gonna do great. But they are adding the new character, and there was some controversy.
All it did was add the players from Battleborn. It gravitated those fans from Battleborn.
There wasn't that many people in Battleborn to begin with, but just having Blizzard, the name Blizzard, you just got so many people that are going to back that brand.
Yeah.
That's a huge, they've been huge since, back in the original PC days.
I just couldn't get into it, man.
I couldn't either, but I appreciate what they did, and I see why people like it. I just couldn't get into it.
Another more friendly shooter, I guess.
And then you've always had the banter between that and then the Hi-Res Studios came out with the Paladins that we talked about, I think, last episode. And everybody's always saying how Paladins just ripped off Overwatch. Well, with this new character Bridget, this is why I even noticed this story, was that apparently there's a character in Paladins that looks a lot like Bridget, but she's been in the Paladins game since launch, where this Bridget character is a new character. So where everybody's saying Paladins ripped off Overwatch, now Overwatch is adding a character that seems to be ripping off a Paladins character, so it's this tit for tat, back and forth, who's ripping off who type thing. So but not my forte in games. But hey, if you love it, you like it, by all means play it. Play what you enjoy. That's all that matters.
That's all that matters. What kind of gamer are you?
Yep. And then the last topic I have for the day, which I say for last because of your enjoyment of Fortnite recently, but they were apparently supposed to have added a jetpack this past week to the game, but due to some design issues, quote unquote is what it said, with the jetpack, they have decided to hold off and delay it until sometime in the future. They haven't said if it would be next week, a couple weeks. They just said delay till sometime in the future, and instead of releasing that jetpack, they replaced it with a hunting rifle. So now this hunting rifle has been released this week when it should have been a jetpack, and they said due to its design issues and some of the other statements they said surrounding this jetpack add-on, they're thinking it's going to be more of a functional use than a cosmetic. They thought maybe the jetpack would just be some kind of backpack you wore and it just had a cosmetic look, where now with them saying these design issues and stuff, that possibly this jetpack unlock will actually serve a purpose.
Yeah.
Like maybe boost you up in the air for an extra added jump or something.
Well, they got these things called launch pads in the game, and basically you scavenge for everything you want, and you come across this launch pad, and when you hit it, it jumps you up in the air, and you can use your glider again. They're few and far between.
So I wonder if these jetpacks could be a mobile launch pad instead of having to hit a launch pad. If you had that jetpack, maybe you hit it and it shoots you up in the air.
Yeah, but they also talked about no gravity too, or something like that. They also said like a double jump or like a no gravity where it's like a slower jump, like you're on the moon or something. I really don't know how to balance this out within the Battle Royale mode. But, hold on.
Bless you.
Sorry. But yeah, I don't know how to balance this out. I could see it working a little bit. I don't know. Would you balance it out and give everyone a jetpack?
See,
or maybe it's something that you
would
put to your character?
Yeah, you would kind of have to. I mean, I don't
Instead
know,
of
because kind of
scavenge
limit it somehow, because you don't want it to give a huge advantage to people that have unlocked it or have whatever. Like you said, you unlock it, but then you still have to scavenge for it, maybe.
Yeah.
But or maybe it's only got a limited use. Like you can only use it. I said, you said
here's the big thing that I know a lot of gamers are going to ask: when you jetpack, when you're up in the air, can you still shoot?
Yeah.
Because I don't see that being fair.
No. But, well, like you said, the way they have the launch pads, maybe this is just almost like a mobile replacement of that. Maybe you get the jetpack, maybe it only has 3 use. Maybe you can only, because jetpacks in real life have limited fuel.
Yeah.
So maybe
they'll have a fuel gauge on it.
Maybe you can only use it a few times before it's depleted, and then you're just back to normal.
Say you got a house or a mountain or something like that, and you got to get up to this, and you don't have the resources to build a ramp or something. You just But once all that's out, you got to find more fuel. Maybe that's how they could make it. It's like you got to scavenge more fuel for it.
Yeah, it'd be a secondary way to get to higher places instead of having to build ramps and stairs.
One thing that's a good thing. Yeah, that's a good point. I love Fortnite. I think it's amazing. I've gotten really addicted to it. I didn't think I was going to get that addicted to it. Now it's a game I cannot put down. And you should really try it out with the new 3.0 update, 60 frames per second.
We talked about that last episode?
Yeah.
Last episode?
Yeah. Well, they're talking about is the hoverboard is coming to the Save the World mode, the campaign part of it or whatever.
I tried
the original
that out for
part
a
of
few
it.
days.
It was okay. It's like hordes of zombies and you're trying to save the world. But if they integrate that with the multiplayer, with the Battle Royale mode, that could be our vehicles to get away from the storm. Kind of like in PUBG, you get a vehicle, you find a buggy, you find a motorcycle, you find whatever, and you kind of ride. Well, instead of us, I couldn't see us getting in cars or trucks or anything like that and driving in Fortnite. A hoverboard sounds more legit. We find a hoverboard.
It sounds similar to like the Sparrow in Destiny. You summon it and it just helps you get to where you want to go quicker.
But do not let it allow you to shoot while you're on it.
Yeah.
Do not allow that because that's
just a strict transportation device to get you from here to there faster.
Yeah.
Just like I said on Destiny, the Sparrow you can't shoot in. It just helps you get to where you're going quicker.
Yep.
That's it.
Yep.
So that way, if you're stuck out in that storm, you can hop on that hoverboard just to get into the safe zone.
Yep. Yeah, but I could see a lot of things that they could do with this, far as like you're building like platforms, you're building ramps and stuff like that, and you could like build something to where you can ramp off of it with your hoverboard and onto a mountaintop or a housetop. You're ramping off of houses.
Yeah.
I mean, I could see all kinds of stuff. Like I think it works great.
Oh yeah, and especially with that kind of cartooning, a lot more lighthearted environment.
Yeah.
Like, I was watching you before we started this video, and I got here to your house. You were playing it when I got here, and the game looks amazing. Like, I even told you, when we get done, I'm hopping on with you, because I need to give it a better shot.
Yeah, and it's definitely a game that, I honestly, because it's free, the Battle Royale mode's free, but if you want to unlock other characters and other challenges and other extra stuff, they're going to say, like, every season, I think there's one for like 15 and there's one for 25. You can buy the basic one or you can buy the bundle. I'm gonna buy the bundle. I mean,
you get more.
Yeah.
You get more for your money.
Yeah, so. and all that stuff moves forward with you and all that kind of stuff. So I honestly, all the hours that I've already put into it, it's a game I can't put down. I cannot put down Fortnite. Love it. I hope they put out another map soon. But that's it. PUBG might be good on PC, but it is not better than Fortnite on the console. That's for sure. That's my personal opinion anyways. You check out both and see which one's yours. But anything else, Martin?
No, I'm good. We are done.
Alright, well that's it for What's Brewing. This is Destination Station. This is our series, What's Brewing. You go ahead and subscribe, hit the like button, and don't miss an episode every Friday. I'm Destin.
I'm Martin.
And we'll see you again here next Friday. Peace.